From Washington to Hollywood and right back to Wisconsin. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, Greg Bach. Connecting the dots on the stories shaping our world with smart takes, sharp humor, and plenty of personality.
You know, I really expected more professional behavior from you.
It's news and culture without the noise.
Yeah, I'm on.
Here's Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Dude.
Hey, welcome to Nite Lite, folks. It is Friday here at Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach, and that can mean only one thing, because we only know one way to do Fridays. Isn't that right, Greg?
Oh, there's only one way to go, and it's the perfect way, and it involves relaxation, kicking back, and wouldn't you? What's the manner, Pete, that would be for today on Friday? What's the first word?
Cash, baby. Casual.
Whoa.
We're there.
Friday's here and the week's in the rear view. Whether you're still on the clock or already mentally checked out, Pete and Greg are here for you. So kick back and grab something to snack on. It's Casual Friday with Pete and Greg.
That's like the third week in a row I forgot we had Casual Friday intro music.
Really?
So
I thought it was great. I thought it was perfect.
it's awesome.
nice.
I just forgot we had it. I was like,
Next week I'll wear a sticky note on my forehead, on my giant 5 head here, and just say Casual Friday intro.
I'm going t-shirt over a long sleeve. I'm pretty casual. I'm as casual as I get.
Yeah.
I usually wear a shirt with a collar like you're rocking today, and Dom is in Madison, folks. Say hello to Dom over the stream if you would, please. He's working hard and he's recovering from a migraine. It is good to have all three of us are healthy. I think that's the first time since we've been doing Nite Lite 2.0 that all three of us are officially in the lineup. And Daniel Barry is welcoming us to the airwaves tonight with a "What's up, guys? Happy Friday." Happy Friday to you as well, Daniel. It is Casual Friday here at Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba coming to you live from Northeast Wisconsin. Greg Bach is coming to you live from Radio Park in Racine. And Dom Lee, as we used to call him, that didn't really stick like we thought it would.
Dom Lee. He's the man of 1,000 nicknames now.
That's true.
Italian
The
Stallion.
Dominator.
I mean,
Yeah, Italian Stallion. Jimmy John's poster boy. The list goes on and on.
Jimmy Caesar.
Jimmy Caesar.
That's my
But
favorite
we make up the Yotter Hay Triangle. It's a little triangle of personalities here on the airwaves tonight at Nite Lite. For those of you watching on the stream, we have a great show tonight. It is Casual Friday, and we have a great. I love this guy. Our guest tonight is, by all accounts, I've heard he's a really cool guy. I've never met him personally, but anyone whose name is Cash and it doesn't end in Patel, this guy is Cash Money Carl.
Yeah.
Love that name. He is a professional mini golfer.
Yes.
And stand-up comic. And that's a rare, I think it's safe to say we've never had a guest like that on Nite Lite.
No, I mean, honestly, this is the most, like, this is the, I'm like, tell me more about your life, sir, because I've only been to mini golf for fun. It's your job. So we'll talk more with him a little bit later, but that's really cool.
I can't even imagine playing mini golf as a profession.
Yeah.
And, what I didn't realize is that Cash uses a cart. Sorry, I had to get that out. You get it, guys, a cart?
Yep,
okay.
Got it.
Really?
Got
Nothing?
It. Got it. You didn't even get a rim shot from that one. Like, that was just, Dom was just like, what is it?
Listen, that's a funny joke. And you guys treated me like that was Greg's pizza tree joke or whatever it was.
Excuse me.
Got nothing.
Pizza Farm. My
Pizza
failure
Farm,
was Pizza Farm. Folks, if you've never listened to the show before, if I ever say the phrase Pizza Farm, that means a joke is bombed hard, because a long time ago, I thought I was coming up with something very funny, and I said it, and I'm not kidding you, like 4 solid seconds. Think of 4 solid seconds of silence.
That's an eternity.
Pizza Farm.
Yeah.
Pizza Farm.
That's a long time. If you're a comic and you say a joke and it's absolute silence for 4 seconds, that's an eternity.
I hope my jokes tonight are better.
So we've got Cash Money Carl coming up at 5:35. That will be fun. We'll find out what he's up to, where you can see him perform, where you can see him golf, if you will. And then second hour, Dom, tell us what's on tap.
This is going to be another edition of Binge or Cringe. There's no specific thing that we're doing. It's kind of wide open answers. It's not a quiz. Just Binge or Cringe, and we're gonna.
So there is no competition.
No competition for this week, but future weeks, stand by. There's a lot more competition.
There's a lot coming up.
Oh yeah.
We had a good brainstorm back and forth today. There's some good quizzes coming in the pipeline. But that's what we'll do tonight. Binge or Cringe, you guys are welcome to play along. Share your answers with us. As you know, the phone lines are always open here at Nite Lite, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can reach us on the text on the app, and if you're watching the radio at YouTube, Facebook, or X Twitter, you can drop us a stream comment about anything we're talking about over the course of the next 2 hours. We've got a fun question tonight, too, guys, that I'm excited to get to. But how are your days? Did you guys have a good Friday?
Oh, I had a great Friday.
Like as an Easter? No, it's not. That was like a couple months ago.
I like to recreate. I like every day's Good Friday to me. It's like
it is a fine day, you know. It's been a very just basic week, you know, and which is again fine. I'll take basic over like tumultuous and dramatic and bad, but I'm definitely looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, so this is like the casual beginning of a nice few days off.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got a best of show coming up on Monday. That's going to be fun.
Very
true.
So
we won't be here live, but we have some really fun highlights. I love a good highlight show from our interviews over the last few weeks. So definitely tune in for that on Monday. You will have a dose of Nite Lite if you so desire. If you haven't eaten too many burgers or steaks or whatever it is. Dom, how was your day, buddy?
It was really good. Much better than yesterday. A little migraine at the beginning of the show yesterday,
Yeah.
but not so far today. So it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Here's my day-to-day in Christmas City, USA. We have our share of elders up in this neck of the woods. And this happened to me 2 days in a row now. I have all my routes through town. I take some shortcuts because we have a lot of slow drivers. And I'm not a speed demon. I don't really speed. I stopped when I was about 30 and I had like 2 tickets in a year and it cost me like $12,000. And I'm like, what am I doing? I don't need to do this anymore. So, but please go the speed limit. That's all I ask.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the stereotypical person in front of me today who I can't even see. It looks like no one is driving the car, which means this person is barely, 4 feet tall driving a car. It's either a little kid or it's a very old person. So I take one of my shortcuts and I go around and I get trapped behind another person who I can't see ahead in the car. That's 2 within 3 minutes. And I'm taking my shortcut. And as I get to it, she stops. The other person whose head I couldn't see is going by. And this person turns. So now I've got 2 of them in front of me and I'm going extra slow. That was my day. And that is typically what happens to me here in Marinette. We have very slow drivers.
We have very fast drivers in Kenosha. Once you hit they're everywhere. They're not just in Kenosha County, but like there's one road I take home every time and people are like speed demons trying to go around each other. I'm just like, dude, we're like, it's a 45. We're all in one line here and you're going to hit many stoplights. I don't understand what you're trying to achieve at this point. I mean, you will get there. I promise you. But the thing is I am now like, I screamed at a guy the other day. Like he couldn't hear me. He didn't know. I'd be like, but he was going in the opposite direction and he changed lanes. So he was coming directly at me to go around. And I just screamed some expletives and I was like, oh boy, okay, I need to take a moment here because I'm now turning into the angry driver who follows the rules, which is sometimes can be just as bad because I'm sitting here in judgment of others. But it's like, dude, we're going to get there. I promise you. And you don't look cool for passing someone on the left. I guarantee you're trying to get to Target right now. That's where you're going.
Right. And that is my all-time when you get the rev. Like when I get passed by a pickup truck, I'm going 75 and a 65. That's about my limit. But if I'm still going too slow for someone, they'll do the thing where they rev the pickup truck. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that doesn't scare me. Okay,
do you know what I do, Pete? You know what I do?
Beep?
I take my foot off the gas. If they're behind me and they're on my tuchus.
Oh, tailgating, yeah.
Tailgating. I will just simply bring the pressure off my foot on that gas and be like, because I was already speeding. Like I'll admit it. Like I usually do 5-10 over on county highways, but if me doing 55 in a 45 isn't fast enough, well, let's see how 35 feels because
Or if
Bye.
you flash me your lights, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm going slow. But this guy would pass me and rev it. And we get a lot of the people up here that have pickup trucks. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of pickup trucks up here because people make runs to the dump and they haul stuff. And I get that. But the ones that are have the lights under the wheels and it's decked out and it's like that old Saturday Night Live skit. It's like you think you're going to get a better girl if you have a better pickup truck.
Or the ones that have the further out rear view mirrors, or they're dualies, or they're really high up. You're like,
totally,
dude. Let me look at the bed of that truck. You put kegs of beer and nothing else there. You got you don't need this.
And one I saw recently, there's a bumper sticker and it says your girlfriend's favorite truck.
Oh my God.
My girl wants to date that guy because of his truck.
Yeah, man. You want to see the bumper sticker I put in my car?
Oh my gosh. It cracks me up. It's fun.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hey, let's get to our nightlight question of the night. This is a good one. We're it's graduation season, Greg. I don't know if you know that.
is.
Well, let's do the question and then we'll break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Dom, if you will.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda. Question.
Question.
Questions.
What advice would you give this year's graduates, be they collegiate, high school, whatever? What advice do you have for our future workforce, our future, the next generation, if you will? What advice would you give graduates? That is tonight's question of the night. So, and we, this was kind of our senior producer Tucker's question because he did some reading on this and found that people are scared of AI. Obviously, we don't know what the job market's going to be like. So, and that
kids
plays
are
into
not
my
liking
advice.
it. Yeah, their kids are not liking it either. So
no,
a bunch of commencement speeches where people are talking about the importance of AI. They're getting booed at commencement speeches. Oh man, so
I know.
Yeah, what would you tell people? And yeah, again, it could be high school, college, master's degree, not 4th, 5th grade. They're not graduating. You're just going
middle
to the next
school.
class.
Middle school's not for everyone, guys. So let us know what advice you would give, and we will read your text throughout the show. But join us here in the fun at Nightlight on a casual Friday. That's what we're talking about tonight. And
absolutely,
we've got there's some cool stuff happening. There's some big movies. Greg, you got to be excited. There's a Star Wars movie opening this weekend, and you don't say that very often.
I know it's the first Star Wars movie since 2019. The Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out. I'm gonna see it. I want to see it in the theaters. I've seen every single Star Wars movie in the theaters with the exception, I think, of Solo, and it looks fun. The only downside, we were talking about this last night with Rob Thomas, is that the 3rd season of The Mandalorian was not great. It was sort of a bummer. And then they were like, "We're coming out with a movie," and everyone's like, "Okay." So. I'm tampering my expectations. I'm at I'm in a mid. Like if it's just fun, cool. But I'm not looking for anything mind blowing or like, oh my gosh, this is right up there with the Empire Strikes Back. Those are not my expectations.
It's fresh, 63%. Probably all the reviews are in, well over 200. Audience 88%. So
there you go.
Mildly encouraged. I'll check it out.
There you go.
We've got a lot to get to, folks. We're going to talk about a very special wedding that took place and that is. The reception is still going to take place. And then beans. You are not going to want to miss this. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on a casual Friday. We are coming right back. Hope you are too.
All right.
We're in break. We're in break.
We're in break.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, man, my chair is bumming me out. It won't stay up. Like, you you adjust it, and then it just slowly... I told you guys this the other day, but now I'm like, I got to adjust my screen, and I feel like I can't get used to this. I'm open to suggestions from those listening on the stream.
New chair.
Are there chair people listening? If you have a chair guy, please chime in.
I have a gaming chair. Get a gaming chair. Those things are nice.
But
You
those
don't have
sit
to use it
really
for
low.
gaming. They are very low, but they are very comfy. Your tushy would feel very nice.
Your
if
tushy would feel cushy.
When you go up to take a tinkle, does the chair go up? Okay, so if I got a gaming
If
chair,
you take
would I
a
look
tinkle,
like
that
this?
chair won't make you go sprinkle. I like this. I like this move. Let's all do that. Let's.
Welcome back to Nite Lite.
But I can't do top, so I'll just do this. I'll be like.
It's like a 70s family photo with all the
exactly.
headspace that they used
And then
to
someone
do.
has to close their eyes. Like
Mine's stuck. So.
I close my eyes, and
like
you guys
he's sitting
can't.
Indian style.
So, guys, here's what I was saying about the recent news here in Iran. Is we really got to get going on this.
I love watching Greg's hands during Nite Lite. They're so expressive. Oh, I just turned off my monitor. That was a slick move.
See,
you guys-
folks listening on the radio don't get this kind of fun. On the live stream people get all of this. This is what you get, live stream friends, when you tune into the super secret Casual Friday show. That's our value to you.
You don't even have to wear a shirt with a collar. It's that kind of show.
Mm-hmm. I'm only wearing this shirt because I'm going on stage tonight, and I wanted to look kind of okay.
Tell people. Tell people where when we come back. Tell them where.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
All right, guys. 15 seconds.
All righty, Roo.
She said, do you come from a land down under? Where women go and men plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover.
It's just a happy song. I love Men at Work. Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. I'm Pete Schwaba. Joined as always by Greg Bach, coming to you live from Racine. Do people say Racine there? Or I think it's Racine, but
it is Racine, and people in Racine say Racine. And there was a long time when I lived here where I would say that is a present progressive verb, not the name of a city, and no one liked me anymore, so I stopped doing that. But yeah, I say Racine. Some people say Racine, and every time I just hear it, like it's like a hot needle in my ear.
Tom, you should consider moving to Racine because there are a lot of Italians in Racine.
Italians. Okay. All right.
Do you hear that? Do people say that ever?
People say that all the time.
Italian.
Really?
What
Does
do you
it
prefer?
bother you? Does it bother you?
I prefer Italians. Yeah.
Really?
I prefer Yeah.
Oh, to me, that
I like
always
the
is
emphasis on the I. The emphasis on the I makes it
On
that
the
much
me?
better.
Okay.
Yes.
I always emphasize the second one. Like I always say Italian. That's how I say it.
The second I.
Italian.
I didn't know. Dom's keeping the focus on the. I didn't know you were that self-centered, Dom. But
The more you know.
okay. Public service announcement here on Casual Friday. Hey, Greg has a show tonight, folks. Those of you who are fans of stand-up comedy, Greg,
Yes.
where can people see you?
People can catch me at the Laughing Tap, the new and improved new location of the Laughing Tap on Jackson Street in Milwaukee tonight, 7:30, opening up for Chastity Washington, who I believe is the funniest comedian in Milwaukee, maybe one of the funniest comedians in the country. She opens for Roy Wood Jr. and many others. She's been on BET, HBO, and that show will be at 7:30 tonight. Tickets are still available, laughingtap.com. And then there are 2 more shows tomorrow, so you have 3 chances to check it out.
Wow.
I will be hosting, so when the show is done, I will literally be like piecing out. The chair will be spinning as I run out of the room, and there'll be a Greg-sized plume of smoke.
Why? You don't like to stand and talk with the people?
No. After the show's done here, because I got to get to because the show
Okay.
starts at 7:30, and we get off the air at 7. So I got to drive at a reasonable rate, but still get there on time.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Not the
Don't
driving
speed,
part,
don't
but the
speed.
stand-up.
I
And
won't-
Chastity. She's so
Yeah,
funny.
Chastity,
She's great.
Chastity's fantastic. Yeah,
We'll have to have
absolutely.
her back soon. She's a fun guest to have as well. Well, that's exciting. Hey, guys, there's a big wedding that apparently just happened yesterday
Yeah.
in the Trump family, the first family, and there's going to be a big reception in the Bahamas, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. Have you read about this? And
I have.
Donald Trump, our president, says it was bad timing. He didn't have time because of the war, so he's not sure if he could go to the. But then he finds time to tweet about Stephen Colbert's last show and said,
Of course.
and again, more classless stuff, which is, unfortunate.
He said, quote, he'd like me to go, this is not good for me. He explained to Radar Online, I have a thing called Iran and other things. That one I can't win on. If If I do attend, I get killed. If I don't attend, I get killed by the fake news, of course, I'm talking about. And we talked a little bit about this earlier, and I said, honestly, when it comes to optics, you going to your son's wedding is actually a good look.
Yeah.
It's a very good look.
Because people already think he doesn't like his kids.
Yeah, which he doesn't.
I'm so sure they have some hard feelings toward him, too. So you're right. Why wouldn't you go to this wedding? And he golfs during the war. What? Yeah. All of a sudden, optics are important here? Crazy.
No, well, let's check here. There's a great website called didgolftrump.com. Didtrumpgolf.com. It shows you every day he's golfed since he's taken office, and it brings out percentages of how much he has golfed. Let's see here. He has golfed 111 out of 488 days since returning to office. 22.7% of his presidency has been spent golfing, and that has cost the taxpayers $155.4 million. But he can't go to his kid's wedding. Yeah. But like you said, he can definitely tweet about Colbert's last show last night.
At 2 a.m. He's got that kind of time. So that's really unfortunate. And I don't think a lot of people like Don Jr. either, or his kids, because they're just like, whatever. They're who they are. They got
but also he shouldn't go to the reception. Why? It's on a private island. So, Trump and private island, not a good idea. No, that's not a good look. Optics bad on that one.
You know what? There are so many jokes that present themselves when you just said that, but you have to you really have to temper yourself.
Maybe he could Maybe he could reboot Private Island with this.
True. Start over.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a redo.
Exactly. There you
go. Speaking of islands and Trump and Epstein, never forget. Greg, you found a story that just cracks me up. And it's perfect in time for the Memorial Day weekend and cookouts.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, folks, we're going to be firing up the grills this weekend. We're going to be having some fun, hanging out with family, eating some wonderful food. Well, Bush's Baked Beans, that commercial with the dog and the guy named Bush, they're coming out with a new limited edition dill pickle, apple pie, and rocket popsicle flavored Bush's Baked Beans. It is going to come out. It's being issued. Actually, it's out right now. So if you can find it, please buy it, try it, and let us know. But this is a limited edition. Again, dill pickle, apple pie, and rocket pop flavored Bush's Baked Beans. They call them the iconic summer flavors, which apart, each one of them, very good. Love a bomb pop, love some dill pickles. I love me some apple pie. But when my beans taste like them, I wouldn't call that iconic. I would say, is this a dare?
I'm just going to come out and say I cannot wait to not try these.
Yeah.
None of these look good. And I don't have beans. Here's the problem. I think beans have plateaued. They're making what they make as a bean maker, as a canned bean mogul. This is what you're making. So they're brainstorming in the marketing room. We need something. Dill pickle, run with it. Apple pie. These can't be good, Greg.
They're available exclusively on Walmart's website. Go figure. They're starting tomorrow. They're available. And it's I love this here. It says, building on more than 100 years of flavor obsession, Bush's is giving its secret family recipe a bold summer spin. I really think the guys just got into a conference room, maybe popped an edible and say, what do we do next, man? This is awesome.
We're tired of delicious bacon and beans. How can we mess this up?
Right.
All right, folks. We are coming right back with Cash Money Patel. That's not right. Money Carl will be here. A very funny guy and a professional mini golfer. Radio history. That's never been done before. He's going to be here after the news. Come on back. It's Nite Lite with Pete and Greg.
I won't lie. I would try the dill pickle ones because the savory with savory. I would do that, but bomb pop or rocket pop flavored. We always called them bomb pops as a kid, but no.
The apple pie. It just sounds unsettling. Dill pickle, though, I'm with you. I could roll with the dill pickle, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I every once in a while I have a dill pickle sour. Those are tasty. In like cups this big though. Like I'm not drinking a pint of dill pickle sour.
That's like they're missing a perfect opportunity here. Bush's beans get pickled. Yeah. That's what I would have.
Bush's beans now taste like beans.
Yeah.
We have our first guest.
This is a Super Bowl
Hello.
commercial there.
Hey, Carl.
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Thanks for being here. Great to have you and great to meet you.
Well, likewise. Thanks for having me and nice to meet you.
Great to see you again, Carl. I don't know if you remember me from the Laughing Tap.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
You maybe remember me from a mini golf course I let you play through that time because I was going too slow.
Actually, usually people don't let me play through, so it probably wasn't you.
Mean. Just mean.
Well, most of the time I'm taking pictures, so it takes up time. So I'm usually the slow one.
Fair enough.
All right. Dom, do you want to give him the rundown?
Yeah, I'll give you the rundown. This is going to be 2 segments. We are going to go live at 5:35 on the dot.
Okay.
The first segment's going to be 14 minutes. I'm going to be giving hand signals. This is 3 minutes. That is 2 minutes, and that is 1 minute. When I hit 1 minute, wrap up kind of your last thought because we do have hard breaks. We have to get out at a certain time.
Sure.
And, the first one's 14 minutes, and we should be ready to go.
Cool.
Sweet. All right, guys.
Is there anything you have, Carl, a big date coming up you want us to ask you about or a show or we've got our own
not
questions?
anything specifically for show wise. I'm
Okay.
just out and about doing stuff, but definitely my podcast, that would be cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the podcast called?
Move the Mic Stand.
Oh, I have that right here. Okay.
And then anybody can always find what shows I'm doing on my website, cashmoneycomedy.com. So
Yeah.
Got that too.
covers
Okay.
everything.
And we
there.
will put that link in our show notes so people can find you.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah. Excellent.
Sweet, guys. All right, then without further ado, we will go live in 2 minutes. 2
Fantastic.
minutes, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back to Nite Lite, folks. It is Casual Friday, so thank you for casually joining me, Pete Schwaba, and Greg Bach as we come to you live on the Civic Media Network on this beautiful... It's a little chilly here. Are you guys... Is the weather nice there?
It's 57 degrees and cloudy. I'll take it.
Brisk.
Okay. little too brisk, Dom. Are you with me there, or are you siding with Team Greg on this one?
I am with Team Pete on this one because I have a little sweatshirt and
Yeah.
it's a little too brisk for him for my liking.
I feel like every show now it's going to be like, Dom, where do you fall in the weather?
I'm trying to divide
Make
us.
a choice, son.
Taking sides constantly.
Nite Lite is polarized. Our question of the night, folks, is what advice would you give this year's graduates, be they high school, college, whatever? They're embarking on a new journey, a new chapter. This is graduation season. Tell us what you would tell this year's graduates, whether they be high school or college or 8th grade. Let's be honest.
I
Some
graduated.
people might
8th grade.
forego. Yeah, me too. I was a solid C student. I don't like to brag. So anyway, all right, we are going to kick things off here with our first and only guest of the evening on Casual Friday. He is a professional mini golfer, you heard that right, who has reviewed over 100 mini golf courses and played over 500. He also does a little stand-up comedy on the side, which we'll talk to him about as well. It's our pleasure to welcome to Nite Lite for the first time, Carl Barth, a.k.a. Cash Money Carl, one of the coolest names in stand-up.
Hey guys, thanks for
How you
having
doing,
me.
Carl?
Good. How are you?
We're doing very well. It's Friday, and we're loving that, and we love that you're here. We had you scheduled, and now you're back. Is everything okay? Hopefully, everything worked out for you.
Yeah. It was with my wife. She got one of those viral infections that seems to be going around.
Oh
and,
dear.
she had a fever of 103 for a couple days. So it was like, yeah, we got to go.
Yeah.
It's so funny. That made its round through all of us here. Or maybe not. I know Tucker had it. I had it. So, well, I'm glad everything's okay. It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking time out from are you on the golf tour right now? Is there a mini golf tour you're taking time away from to be with us?
No.
Okay.
That's in a couple weeks. So we're good.
All right.
Well, let's start there. I mean, Carl, you and I met some time ago, and I didn't know this about you until you told me, but you are a sponsored professional mini golf player and a reviewer. I mean, let's start there. Where does that start as far as like you saying, I like doing this, I want to parlay this into essentially a job?
Yeah, sure. So obviously I always loved mini golf as a kid. It's something that you can do as a kid as well as to over 100. So you can't play with Legos, but you can still play mini golf at 100, right? And after I graduated from school, I decided that I wanted to try to look back at some of the memories I had of this one course that I grew up with that was an indoor course called the Four Seasons, and it shut down in the early 2000s. And it was just this awesome, cool course that had some of the coolest hole designs that I had ever seen. And I couldn't find any pictures of it. So I decided I was going to start capturing mini golf, and I created this website called minigolfreviews.com. Then I found out that there was a mini golf league that was happening around in the Milwaukee area at the time, and I decided to join up in that, and then went through that whole season and tied for first place. So I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at this. And then I decided, I should see if there's more tournaments, like, is this kind of a thing that's all over? And turns out there was, and kept going to more tournaments and ended up placing and winning prize money. And I was like, this is pretty sweet. And I really wanted to like capture and create like this national archive of mini golf. So like the courses that you might remember as kids that are missing now that, they've gone out of business or whatever, changing through the years, capture that and document that so people can see that. And basically mini golf reviews became this one a day mini golf hole. So you see a new mini golf hole every single day.
That is such a great gig. Like I didn't even know when I was growing up that was an option, kind of like lactation consultant. But it sounds like, I mean, honest to God, like that's the life. If you could, would you get sponsors for that kind of thing? And
I've gone through several different sponsors throughout the years, whether it's like a golf ball sponsor, putter sponsor, scorecard sponsor, or just even people that, think I'm an athlete. They want to sponsor me with sports stuff, which I guess I'm considered an athlete if I'm top of my class. That makes me like Giannis or like Yelich or something like that. I don't know.
Do you have to stretch before you do your sport?
Only when I'm eating. Yeah.
So I want to make something clear too. You said it and we moved on, but you don't review mini golf courses like I went to this golf course. This is great. You review them hole by hole by. So it's like one specific, correct?
A little bit of both, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
I am doing an overall review of the course, but my whole thing is like, I want people to see this, and I want I don't want to make anybody feel bad or out of business. Like sometimes condition is usually the one thing that I'll hit people on, because it's like, if you can't play your course, then you're not going to have business. You are going to go out of business, right? But like, I mostly just I want to encourage people to go and visit, and I'll highlight, this is the coolest hole at this course, or this was a design I've never seen before. It's worth checking it out. But honestly, I really just want people to go out and play mini golf and keep that to be a thriving business. Yeah.
That was going to be a follow-up too, because we had a couple here who do supper clubs. And one of the things they told us was, we're not looking to dive bomb these restaurants. We're not looking to write like terrible reviews. We want to be positive. And that's what I was going to ask you. Not that you want to be like mean about it, but you're trying to be positive and have fun and say, hey, this is good. Let's go. Let's have fun and go play some mini golf with your kids or grandkids. But I love that attitude towards it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And I mean, I don't want these businesses to shut down. So like, unless people are supporting them, they're out of here. Cause that's kind of a thing though, that's, seems to be happening post-COVID, right? Like a lot of businesses in general are struggling, especially small business. And usually mini golf courses are that. I mean, not that there aren't some that are millions and millions of dollars, which is insane to think about. But, if I can get people to check out a course that they didn't even know existed in their area, that's a big win for me.
Our guest is Carl Barth, a.k.a. Cash Money Carl. Got one of the coolest nicknames in, stand-up comedy or professional mini golf. He does both, folks, and he's joining us here over the stream. Everyone, it's funny because I was so excited to talk to you about this, because everyone thinks, myself included, well, it's mini golf. I should crush this. But I never do well. Like kids beat me, and it's really embarrassing, because there's an elephant and a windmill, and it's how do you get better at it? Like you said, you placed, and are you consistent with it? It seems like one of those things might not sound that difficult, but it kind of is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with big golf, as I call it. You have to practice putting. I mean, they say, right, drive for show, putt for dough.
Yeah.
Putting is where is where really you meet your maker on that. Like, for a miniature golf course, usually a par is like, or a total for a score that you could get for a hole is a 6, right? Think about that in regular golf, big golf, right? You get 6 shots to get to all the way across 300 yards or whatever, right? I got to get 6 shots on like 20 feet. So it's like, yeah, it's definitely more challenging. And also the types of courses that you can play, right? So like, a lot of people think of the windmill, like that's usually the number one obstacle people think about when they think of mini golf. But there's courses that have no obstacles whatsoever on them, and it's just the hills and the slopes, and you just got to learn how to read a green. And there's different materials, and all that all plays effect. So if you look in like Europe, they even have like there's no greens or anything; it's just concrete, and that's way more competitive than anything that we have in the States, really.
Oh, I just imagine a ball just rolling into the street every time.
I just have a quick follow-up, because you mentioned the windmill. I was on the road once back when I was doing stand-up, working in St. Louis with my buddy Jimmy Pardo and Steve Iott. And we went mini golfing, and we're playing $1 a hole. And the windmill is really, it can hypnotize you. Like, I remember Steve lining up his shot, and he's trying to time it, but he got inside his own head. And the second he pulled the club back and hit it, we both knew it was going to hit one of the things. And he just threw his club and started swearing at mini golf.
Right.
It was gorgeous.
I think that's one thing that, as you were mentioning, like you said, even kids can beat you. That's the great thing about it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And anybody can be good, and anybody can be bad, and anybody can have a good day, and anybody can have a bad day.
I think you're always going to have a good day if you come with the attitude of like, let's have fun. The moment you throw a club or get mad or swear, you're like, you've lost the narrative on I'll go even on putt. Because to me, like, if you're meeting that man, I'm like, this is putt. Not even mini golf. I'm going to make it cuter. This is putt.
Can I give you a fact about putt?
Please.
All right. So a lot of people don't know this, but putt is actually a franchise.
Oh.
So like they own
like
the right
Kleenex.
to that name. So if you say putt and you're not playing on a putt course, you got to watch out for those lawyers.
Oh no, we're gonna get sued.
Darn it. That's not cool.
But
Dom, I can't believe you said that. Oh,
Wait.
First, he's overspending on the drum rim shot. Now this.
So, Carl, here's the thing: is that you do this work. You go to mini golf carts and courses, and you play, you review, you were sponsored, you're paid, but you also were on TV for this as well. Tell us about your time on Holy Moly.
Yeah, so basically, mini golf reviews started taking off, and they have scouts for everything, right? So
yeah,
they're looking the country to find people that are mini golfers. They were looking for people that were actors. They were looking for just interesting people, and they were just looking for good-looking people. So I met 3 of those criteria. And I'm
You're kind of covering your moneymaker there with the shades, though.
Oh no. This is a trade secret, wearing sunglasses on stage. A lot of people say with comedy you shouldn't wear sunglasses because they want to see your eyes. But I'm one of the only few people that can actually see the audience when the blinding lights are on me, so I can actually
smart
call out things in the room.
Well done.
But yeah, for Holy Moly, they reached out to me. They're like, "We love what you're doing with your website. We want to have you on the show." At the time, I was also doing a mini golf fundraiser called Jack Putt, where you always putt for dough, and working with charities in the Milwaukee area, and they really liked it. That's actually where the money shirt came into play with this whole thing. And I actually got the name Cash Money Carl on the show. I went on the show as Mr. Mini Golf, which was my original alias for that. And some people in the stands were holding Cash Money Carl on their signs. And I was like, well, that's a pretty cool nickname. And you can't give yourself a cool nickname like that. You have to be earned, right? So I was like, oh, I'm going to stick with that. And then it was probably about 6 months later, I tried stand-up for the first time. I just thought that would be something cool to do. And that was my stage name. And I went with it, and it stuck.
Do you do jokes about? We have about a minute before we have to do a break, and then we'll have a few minutes with our guest, Cash Money Carl. Do you incorporate mini golf into your stand-up routine?
Yeah, I definitely have some stuff. I talk about my experience on Holy Moly, some funny things that happened behind the scenes there. Definitely some jokes about how to cash in those big checks at the bank, from winning tournaments. That's a problem. But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff related with mini golf, money, food, everything, really. Yeah.
I would give you money if you drove an actual golf cart with just your putter around the mini golf course. Has anybody ever done
sweet.
that?
Yeah. I don't think they'd like that too much, but yeah, I would do it.
Cut me in. I want to taste. Yeah. All right. Cash Money Carl is here. He is a professional mini golfer, folks. You heard that right. And he reviews mini golf courses too. Maybe we'll ask him when we come back after this short break. What are some of the best courses here in Wisconsin? We'll do that. We'll talk to him a little bit about his stand-up. That is all coming up after this extremely short break. I can't even tell you how short this break is going to be. Don't blink, folks. We're coming right back. This is Nite Lite with Pete and Greg on the Civic Media Network.
All right, we are in break, guys.
All right.
Great.
Sweet. All right.
All right, guys. I'm going to go get some water. I'm feeling a little parched.
Okay.
Pace yourself down.
Yeah. All that sitting really gets to you.
Yeah, right.
Boy, baby. Oh, baby.
Hydrate, buddy.
You do better hydration than I do.
All right.
We'll be back in 2 minutes, guys.
Okay. Cool, man. All right.
That's good.
This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. We are coming to you live on the Civic Media Network on a casual Friday here on our show that we do every night from 5 to 7. It is great to have you with us here on the Civic Media Network. Our guest at the moment is Cash Money Carl. He is a stand-up comic and a professional mini golfer who reviews miniature golf courses and seems to have a great time doing it. Carl, where would people go? Where are some of the best courses? I'm in Northeast Wisconsin, north of Green Bay. Greg's in Southeast Wisconsin. Dom's in Madison. Where do we go?
Sure. Well, first off, I'll have to say the best course that I've ever played was Holy Moly. So unfortunately, you guys can't go and play that because the set's been taken down. I think they took it down the day of even competition-wise. But I would say for Wisconsin, I have like two favorite courses. One's in Door County, so that would be the Red Putter in Ephraim, Wisconsin. That one's just got your classic nostalgia, and it's really Wisconsin themed, so that part really nice. I think that's definitely a good showcasing one. And they also host one of the largest tournaments in Wisconsin, so that's in August. You have to qualify for that, so you have to go and play, and you have to get 1 under par for the course. But that one's a great one, and that one's been around for forever. Probably another one of my favorites would be Swing Time Germantown in Germantown, Wisconsin. That one I actually worked at for a while because I loved the course so much, and was helping them with social media and managing and upkeep on the course and learning the behind the scenes kind of stuff of a mini golf course. So that was a great experience for me. The thing I really love about that course is it's not a cookie cutter course. It was completely designed by them individually, homemade, like they put all the effort into it, and it just adds a lot of character to the course. So a great story can be told playing through that course. So those would be my two top choices for Wisconsin. Nice. Now, everybody knows the Dells has a lot of miniature golf, but that's definitely a quantity over quality type of thing. Not that any of them are necessarily bad. It's just nothing that I would be like, I'm writing home about it. It's pretty standard. Par for the course, right? Yeah.
Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, on that note right there, Cash Money Carl is also a stand-up comedian. You were talking about that earlier, and you have a podcast with your friend Dean Berg called the Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. Tell us about that real quick.
Yeah. So I've been doing stand-up for about 5.5 years. Maybe not always be the funniest guy in the room, but I'm definitely the one that people remember, and I have the best business card in the business. Yeah. You can find these bad boys all over the U.S. About 27 million in circulation. Let's go. All right.
It's like the wall drug bumper sticker. I love it.
Yeah. If there's anywhere that there's people that are funny, you'll find some Cash Money. I know that's how it goes. But yeah, been doing stand-up for 5.5 years. Pretty much mostly Midwest. But now I'm starting to feel like I'm hitting my stride and getting more comfortable. So starting to branch out of the Midwest. Sorry, Midwest. And I've been doing a podcast with my buddy, fellow comedian, and more of really a comedy mentor, Dean Berg. We're getting into our second year. We have over 100 hours of content, which is nothing on you guys, that's for sure. We're getting close to 100 episodes, so we're really excited about that. But basically, we just talk about what's ever on our mind, but also talk about our experiences with comedy, give some tips from our perspective. Not that we're experts or anything, but just, from our experiences, that's the best we can do, right? And we do that weekly, so we have a lot of fun with that, and we bring on other local comedians, and it's a really good time. I've been enjoying doing that, and we even basically set up our own studio in his little gazebo in the backyard. We took it over, so that's pretty cool. We call it the 3 Seasons Studio.
He took over his own gazebo. I love it. It sounds risky. So I want to tip my hat to you, Carl, because I love what you just said. Most of the people that are trying to endear themselves to audiences in the Midwest trumpet the Midwest and how great we are. And you just said, I'm branching out. Sorry, Midwest. It's sort of like, so long, suckers. I'm going where they'll have me. And I want to say I appreciate that. You're taking the anti-Charlie Barron's approach, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, the Midwest is too nice. I need to get in front of people that will actually be like, I didn't like your joke, and here's why, instead of just like, Oh, you're
New
kind of
York
funny.
City.
Yeah, New York City, yeah, for sure. They won't even like it, even if they do think it's funny. So that's right. Yeah.
You have a date coming up May 29th in Kaukauna, if your website is up to date. And
Yep.
by the way, tell us your website and then tell us about the date in Kaukauna.
Sure. Cashmoneycomedy.com. Cash is with a K, but everything else is spelled like it should be. I did pass 8th grade, graduated from 8th grade, I think, just like Greg, so that's cool. And the show
You hear that, girls?
is a new show that they're trying for the first time at the Vaudette Theater. So Dean and I actually kind of co-headlining that one with just some 20-minute sets, but then a couple other newer comics are giving it a shot, and then there's going to be an open mic afterwards. But
Nice.
it's a good experience just because it's going to be in a theater, so it's a different setting for what's kind of in the area for us. So yeah,
very cool.
I love the name of the podcast because, you know, I've been to 1,000 open mics and I've seen new comics get on stage and you're like, move the mic stand, move the mic stand, move the mic stand. You're standing behind a mic stand right now. It doesn't seem like a lot, but people are looking at the mic stand. Move the mic stand.
that's exactly it. That's the first rule we learned doing stand-up, so that's why we called it that. Yeah.
Yep.
We actually got kind of a push with that from one of our comedy mentors, Joe Stapleton, who worked with Bobby Lee. And Bobby Lee told him that, so kind of just passing it along. So from the great Bobby Lee all the way down to us, whatever we are. But yeah.
So cool. Great gimmick, dude. I love it. I love the miniature golf angle. I love the stand-up comedy. Check out cashmoneycomedy.com. You can find out where to see Carl, where to follow him on socials. And if you're in the Kaukauna area, check out his show there. It is coming up May 29th, and I think it's exciting. And a theater. That's pretty cool. What's the theater?
The Vaudette Theater.
Okay.
Nice.
Outstanding. Thanks for your time tonight, man. It was great getting to know you, and please come back.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'd love to. Anytime.
You got it. All right. Greg and I are going to take a binge or cringe quiz, a Dom quiz. He's going to dominate. We'll see if he does. And we're going to read your text when we come back. Our question of the night is, what would you tell this year's graduates? Scary time for people. Help them out. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
Thank you so much, Carl. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a great show. Knock 'em dead.
All right, thanks.
Man.
You
Take
guys
it easy.
too. All right, bye.
See ya. All right, guys.
I can't go for that. No. Whoa. I got rumbles in my tummy. I'm kind of nervous about the show tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah. Not to
You
mention
lose your legs quickly if you don't, right?
Well,
I mean, at least I did. When I stopped doing it regularly, I was like, oh, man.
I mean, I've done some shows here and there. I did a show about a month ago. And what's funny is that I was supposed to be headlining a show tonight, and my friend who's putting it on forgot about it. And then he said, hey, man, we have that show on the 22nd. I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, man, I'm not available anymore. He's like, yeah, I totally forgot too. So, yeah, it's my first time performing at the new space, and it's just, I don't know, I want to do good, and also it's also in my head, like the whole getting there on time has like been in my brain for like the past week and a half. Like it's been, so I just want to make sure I don't,
because you're hosting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, you got to be there.
Yeah,
you could have cut out a few minutes early, Greg. I mean, Dom and I could have handled the nightcap or the last half hour. You know.
What is happening right now? No, I thought about that too, but I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm getting all these new. Like these these random.
I'll be
messages.
right back, guys.
Okay, cool.
Pop-up ads. Yep. All right, we got 4 minutes.
No, not pop-up ads. Just like people randomly messaging me, like, "Hey, Greg, what's going on?" Like, I'm like,
"Who are you?" Just random. All right. 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
All right.
Trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You can always get in touch with us. Call or text. The number is the same, 855-752-4842, 855-755-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, we are entering into the game zone with the quiz master, or maybe it's the quiz zone with the game master, Mr. Domley, as we play another edition of Binge or Cringe, where Pete and I don't have to compete. We just have to tell you our opinions, which is it's not hard for us to do. But the laughter you hear right there is coming from Mr. Pete Schwaba all the way up in Marinette, Wisconsin, a.k.a. Christmas City, USA. He's up in the Northeast. I am down here in the Southeast. My name is Greg Bach in Radio Park and Racine. And then all the way over in Madison at HQ is Mr. Domley, and we are the Yaderhay Triangle here with you tonight, having a great time. Thank you so much for joining us. If you missed anything from the first hour, you can simply go to civicmedia.us/shows. You can go look for Nite Lite, download episodes, listen to them at your leisure wherever you'd like all over the world, and get caught up. Also, if you want to get in touch with us in other ways, you can simply get the Civic Media app. Very, very simple. You can call, text. You can also listen to live programming, whether it's music or talk. You can also get your news there as well. So download that. It's absolutely free. But if you want to go old school, that's right. This is now considered old school. You can email us, nitelite@civicmedia.us, NITELITE @civicmedia.us. And yes, we do read the emails, and we take your suggestions to heart. So thank you so much for everyone who's gotten in touch with us and everyone who's sent us a comment on the live stream or the text line about tonight's question. And before we get any further, let's restate the question so people know what's going on. Dom?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
It is graduation season, so what would be your advice to the graduating class, whether it's high school, college, 8th grade, tech school, whatever it may be? What would be your advice to the graduating class of 2026? Again, let us know, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Pete, what would you tell the youths?
Greg, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I honestly,
sometimes that's the best advice. I don't know.
At this point, with the future so uncertain and the job market, we don't know what it's going to be. I would say don't put all your eggs in the vocational basket. Make yourself happy. Pick a place you want to live, a partner, whatever it is that makes you happy, and find something that you're passionate about and figure it out, because who knows what is going to happen with AI? So I don't, it used to be like, well, what you were going to do defined who you were almost. And that's not right either, but depending on what it is. But I think right now you can't really do that. You've got to, it's a cliche, but follow your passion or what you love to do and figure out how to make yourself relevant if AI creeps up and blows everybody out of the water.
Yeah, that's understandable. Dom, honestly, you're closer to graduation than either one of us. So what would you tell young people that, you may have been in school with right now?
I was just going to say that this one hits home, especially for me, because I graduated about a year ago today. So May of 2025, I graduated. And I got quite a few cards on after my graduation. And there's one that I actually wrote down here that hit me really hard. It was from my uncle. And he said, this isn't the end of a chapter. It's the start of your story. So it's not the end of anything. It's the start of something new. And that hit me home. That hit home really hard because it's the start of something new. You enjoy life. This is just the beginning, and enjoy it.
I love that. Those are very good words. And he's absolutely right. This is absolutely right. I feel like, I don't know about you, Pete, but like when I was younger, when I was in, after, whether it was high school or the age you graduated from college, because I didn't graduate from college at the typical age, if you will, around 22 or 23. And it was very much a thought of like, oh, you didn't go to college, so what are you going to do now? So there was all this pressure.
Yeah.
and that like, you know, in the early 20s, not having a after college job or not being married or not having kids at a certain age, and realizing that, oh, that was all standards that were pushed on my parents that were then pushed on me, right. And it happens to other people. And I think the advice I would give young people, it'd be like, professionally, I'd say 4-year college isn't for everybody. Don't worry about that. Find what your love is. Do you love working with your hands? Is there an apprenticeship out there for you? Is there, is there some sort of like vocational school job that you could go to school at a vocation school and learn and get certified? You know, do you love working outdoors? Do you want to, if you want to become a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, I would say, yeah, maybe 4-year college is your thing. But, you know, I feel like from maybe the lessons learned from my generation, Dom's generation is learning that 4-year college isn't the answer to everything. And it's not saying it's not the right answer, but it's not the right answer for everybody. And as far as AI goes, I mean, I wouldn't say hate it or fear it. I would just say be skeptical and try to understand it as best you can. But also know that wherever you work, you know, if it's not your parents' company, you're working for somebody else. And if they can find an easier way to do the job, they'll do it. So I just think it's best to like go after what you love. And there are a lot of great jobs out there where you can get trained, especially trade jobs, trade jobs. I am such a huge proponent.
I think I agree with a lot of what you said, but I think there was a movement here in Marinette to basically train kids to be worker bees. And I don't think kids are encouraged up in this area to go to college as much as they used to be. And I think you can encourage kids with also say it's never been for everybody, but that doesn't mean you should shut it down right away either. And I see kids that I used to work with at a middle school here that have issues. They don't know, and I don't know that guidance counselors are doing their job telling these kids, you could probably have your college paid for because you're from a low-income home, your parents are divorced, you have all these factors against you. I wish they at least knew that. And you have to also find a way to educate yourself. If you're going to learn a trade, that's fantastic. There are tons of jobs out there, and they're good paying jobs, but you have to still learn how to critically think. I think a good liberal arts education, you can't put a price on that. Studying philosophy, a little bit of religion, history, all that kind of stuff, the humanities. I think we're a smarter society when we learn those things, regardless of what side of the political aisle you're on or whatever. Just to be well-rounded, I think you have to find a way to do that if you're not going to go to college, personally.
I understand that. I mean, and I think that, but I would say that sentiment is also tampered by who your parents were and who your teachers are, because you can want kids to be critical thinkers, but if they're not going to a school that's equipped to do that, or if their parents aren't as engaged, and that's not a judgment on either side of that. It's just where some kids are in. So like, yeah, I think that you should absolutely imbue children, young people, I should say, not children, but like kids who are graduating from high school. All right, do you want to go become a plumber? Do you want to become a barber? Do you want to become an electrician? Great, you can do that through here. But as you just said, but let's make sure you also can use that brain that you were given because it's important. So yeah, I don't disagree. I think that I cannot imagine at all what it's like to be between 18 to 22 years old, especially in this country right now. I can't imagine that whatsoever. So
I know, funny, Dom, you just said barber. That seems like a safe job. Like,
it's a great
AI
job.
Could cut hair. There could be a robot, but how is that going to? That's going to be the bowl cut, But there's nuance when you cut hair and styles and all that. I can't see that being a job AI would take over.
Well, and that's why I'm such a big proponent of trade jobs, because I was a barber for 5 years. I am trained. I am licensed. I'm still licensed to be a barber in this state. Those are jobs that are here at home, and you can get fired from a job. I get fired at a barber shop, but I can then walk across the street and be like, I'll be a barber for you. You always have those skills. You always have that training, and it can take you anywhere in the world if you have enough ambition. So yeah, that's why for me, like, it's very important to explore the option, because for so long, tech school, community college, junior college, vocational schools were always looked at as, couldn't get into 4-year, could you? Okay, well, but no, these kids are graduating and getting apprenticeships where they're walking out with maybe $30,000 to $40,000 starting, and that's just to start as an apprentice, and then they go to journeyman and master, and before they know it, they're owning a business. And it's always an option that should be explored and demystified in this country, I should say.
Well, and let's be honest, college, for those people who are in the middle, who aren't rich or who aren't poor, it's very tough to afford college, and especially state schools. It's criminal how much an in-state, and a lot of junior colleges have closed. Thank you, Scott Walker. And a lot of the state junior colleges or 2-year extensions have closed. And those were great launching points for people, even if they didn't go on to 4-year school. They took, they had a little bit of that college experience. It's terrible, but it has gotten very expensive.
Absolutely. Let's turn it to, we got a few minutes left before we have to go to break. Dom, let's turn it to the text line. What are people saying on the text line tonight regarding the question of the evening? What advice would you give the graduating class of 2026?
Yeah, we have great texts here. We have Monica from Mount Horeb saying, follow your passion so work never feels like work. Really good, Monica. Really good. We also got John from Columbia County saying, as the late, great Warren Zevon said on David Letterman, enjoy every sandwich.
Hey, you know what?
Is awesome.
You know what? Yeah. Totally. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Why would you eat a sandwich you didn't like? Unless it's a BLT.
Life's
That's
too
just
short.
trash. So, yeah.
You don't like BLTs?
It's disgusting. It's stupid. It's a stupid sandwich. It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. It's a salad between two big. It's a salad between two big croutons. Keep reading, Dom. I'm not getting this. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing it. I will not bring back.
We
my
will
opinions.
have this conversation.
We got Brett from Brown Deer saying, I'd tell the youth of today to travel outside the country, get out and see the world.
Yes.
See how people live outside the world you know. And when you travel, surround yourself with the real culture. The best gift is an open mind. Really good.
Very well said, Brett.
Would you guys mind if I asked Brett a question specifically right now if he's listening? If you're listening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brett is a vet. Thank you for your service as always. I would ask you, Brett, what advice would you give to a young person if they said they wanted to join the service? In today's world, 2026, I'm putting that out there. If you're not listening, that's fine, but I can't give that advice. I don't know. So I would love to ask somebody who's been through it, but we can keep going. But that's a question for Brett if he has the time to answer.
All right, Brett. And then John Murray, texting in from Madison, said, I would challenge the graduates to save this democracy. They collectively are Luke Skywalker. Okay.
You know what's funny?
They are our only hope.
John sent that text, and his got cut off, so he meant to say democracy. I only saw the second part where it said racy, and that was after I made the lactation consultant joke. And I thought that's what he was referring to. I was going to let it go, but now that makes sense. We also got a text from Robert in La Crosse who gave us a weather update when we were talking about how chilly it was. He said 66 degrees in La Crosse. Thank you for checking in, Robert.
Brag. What else we got there? We got another one from Robert.
Yeah, we got another one for Robert. It says, advice for high school and collegiate grads. Never miss an opportunity to study, learn, and vote.
Here.
No argument there.
Always.
Let's pause it right there. We'll get to more of your messages here on the text line and the Facebook page. We're going to be coming back on the other side of the break with more of your thoughts on tonight's question. What advice would you give the graduating class of 2026? I almost said 2016. 2026, we'd love to hear from you, whether it's on the text line, giving a call, or on the stream, which we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. But after this, we are also going to be entering the game zone with the quiz master, Mr. Dom Lee, for another edition of Binge or Cringe. So stay right here. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close. Let's go. I love that song. I love Wham. Wham only put out 2 albums. That really threw Pete for a loop.
It did not. I agree with you. I love Wham. I love Careless Whisper. Outstanding song.
Yes, absolutely. It was the fun fact. There's a great documentary on Netflix about Wham. That was the very first song they wrote together as teenagers.
Careless Whisper?
It was like an acoustic version, just very, very bare bones, not what you hear today on the radio, but just like 2 guys playing guitar, and that was the first song they wrote together.
Do you know their biggest hit, I think, was Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, my least favorite Wham song.
Yeah,
all their other stuff I really like.
Yeah, that's the last tune that you just played, Dom. There was a time, I think like a year ago, where I had that song on repeat and I was singing at the top of my lungs in my car all the time.
So good.
And the fact that they only released 2 albums and then they were done.
Everything she wants. That's it.
I like the George Michael Christmas song too. Last Christmas.
Yes. Dude, did you hear about those Jags who like were trying to buy the rights to the song and then they were going to shelve it in a vault and never, because it gets played so much, especially in the UK. They're like, we're so tired of it. We're going to buy the rights.
Bad.
And someone's like, no, you're not. Why would you do that? Why would you be so terrible?
Right.
Turn this again. If you don't like something, turn it off.
Turn it off.
It's that simple. No one's forcing you to listen and or watch. It's a great song, but you don't have to listen to it.
Listen, I like the Mariah Carey song, and that's a polarizing one too. Some people hate that. And I think if you can write a Christmas song, a newer Christmas song, modern day, in this era that gets that kind of airplay, that's really remarkable because there's already so many Christmas songs to break through. It's unbelievable.
I mean, the fact that song enters the charts almost at #1 every single holiday season.
Right.
That song is a banger and no one can say differently, period. You might not like it, but you can't say it's not good.
That's the way I feel. If you don't like it, I get it, but you got to,
Christmas song talk in May. That's what we're doing.
Whew. Casual Friday. All right, 15 seconds, guys.
Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah. Make me wanna holler the way they do my life. This ain't living, this ain't living. No, baby.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Always get in touch, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. I am Greg Bach, coming to you all the way from Radio Park in Racine. Pete Schwaba is in Madison. My goodness gracious. Marinette, Wisconsin.
I've been to Madison.
It's a great city. I would fail that quiz, but I've been there. And then all the way in Madison at HQ is Mr. Domley on the 1s and 2s. And we are getting your responses to tonight's question. Tonight's question being, what is your advice for the graduating class of 2026? Some good conversations between the three of us on here, and I'm seeing some great stuff coming through on the text line. But Pete, really quick, is there anything coming up on the Facebook page you want to put out there?
Yes. Mike Desitel says, for a high school graduate, I would encourage them to lean toward a technical college, explore the possibilities for a rewarding future, personally and financially. You don't want to start out life in debt for 20 years. And I agree. College is way too expensive. It's criminal. Where are all my comments here? We got a few more comments. There we go. Then we've got Dan Thine says it's different for each individual. Graduate, for some college or universities are the way to go. For others, a trade school is the better alternative. Some benefit more from serving in the military, but in the immortal words of Jimmy Dugan, avoid the clap. That is great advice.
Well, he's not wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong.
I thought that was kind of understood, but someone had to say it and be immortalized for it. Pat on Facebook says, try your hardest to never take a job or do anything that isn't fun. I agree, Pat. Fun first. Nick Wallander, Comedy City in De Pere says, always keep a quarter in your car in case you make an unplanned trip to Aldi. Again, outstanding. Really, and I can't tell you how many times I've been in that situation where I haven't had a quarter and I'm juggling items. Alan says, plastics.
Nice. Okay. Nice response.
Tim Baker says, go for it. Just do it. Don't hurt him, Hammer. Love that too. Mike Preston, don't take advice from people on Facebook. Thank you.
Perfect.
That's a great one. All right, we got a few more too. We could space these out though a little bit.
Exactly. Let's get to now the big game for Casual Friday put on by do you want to be the game master or the quiz master? What would you prefer?
I like Game Master because every now and then we don't do quizzes. We switch to games. We kind of switch it up on Fridays. So let's call me the Game Master, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't want to misrepresent ourselves.
I mean, I feel like Cash Money Carl said, don't give yourself a nickname. And here you are like, call me the Game Master. Good Lord.
Well said.
All right.
All right. What do we got? What do you have in store for us today, my friend?
Yes, so it's Friday. It's time for Binge or Cringe. We've done this before. You guys will be given a topic and decide whether it's whether or not it's something you will binge or cringe. All right, there's no wrong answers. There's no heated debates. It can be anything from pop culture to everyday life. It's all fair game. Are you guys ready to binge or cringe?
Let's go.
Ready.
Let's do it. All right.
Do I have a choice?
No choice. You have to do this.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. So the first one is just simple: crab rangoons. Binge or cringe?
Binge.
Binge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you think that'd be controversial?
I really do not like crab rangoons. That's what I thought. I just,
That's 2 binge, 1 cringe.
one cringe.
And Game Master gets no votes, so we win. You said it wasn't competition. We just turned it into competition.
Pete and Greg 1, Dom 0. Okay.
There you go.
All right, yeah. So then I also have I have quite a few here. I got about 20 talent show competitions like American Idol, America's Got Talent. Binge or cringe?
Cringe.
I say cringe too, especially The Masked Singer. Come on, what a joke! I don't like those shows.
There was a time where my wife and I would watch The Voice, but only the blind auditions because we just like seeing talented people get picked. And after that, that's where I checked out completely. And now I don't watch it anymore at all. But yeah, it's overall cringe. No, thank you.
Oh, I love America's Got Talent though. All right.
Pete and Greg 2-0. Dom 0.
All right. So the third one, Hallmark movies. In general, Hallmark movies, binge or cringe?
Can we give a snooze option? I don't snooze. I don't binge them. I do find some of them cringe. I used to have to write promos for Lifetime TV.
Whoa.
And I loved doing that. It was really fun. And I got to work with the Army wives and write stuff for them. And they were all awesome. So I just have seen so many of them. I'll say neutral or lean toward cringe. In small doses, they're fine.
Okay.
I would say cringe only if I would say cringe solo, but my wife enjoys them. She understands the irony of all, so she enjoy that's she's not sitting there going, "Someday I'll meet the man of my dreams." I'm like, I'm sitting right here.
You don't have to watch this, honey.
Yeah, honey,
you already won.
You don't have to move to a small town. You won the lottery with me. Excuse me, can you get my socks? They're on the edge of my toes. No, I would probably say cringe just because I'm like, I don't need to watch those movies.
Yeah, I would say but cringe too. And I think right in the middle. All right, fourth one, backing into parking spots. Is that binge or is that cringe? What do you guys do?
Well, I never back into parking spots.
I actually have a story, so you go first, Greg.
I never back into parking spots. I don't care if other people do, but what I've found in the last year, there are people who are hardcore about it. They're like, you got to back in. You got to back in. I'm like, no, I don't. I
Factory
don't.
style.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go in that way and then I'll back up. I'm perfectly adept at driving my car. So I would say, for me personally, cringe.
Okay. I've made it a point in my life. I don't like to back up anymore. If I can avoid backing up, I will. Now you're backing up to park that way, but even in my driveway, my wife will pull the car in so it faces the garage. No more. We can't have that anymore. Just do it. We've got enough room. Just pull out right when you leave. One time, I'm going to save this story for after the break because this is a total Schwaba meltdown. You're not going to want to miss this, folks.
Coming up after the news, it's the exclusive story here about backing up your car for Mr. Pete Schwaba, former writer for Lifetime Network. So don't go anywhere. You are listening to The Game, Binge or Cringe, here on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close. When we come back, let's knock out some more of the text messages.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
We have a couple, I think, starting from Melissa on Willie Street.
Yep.
And then we can knock out a couple more Facebook messages. And then we'll go right into your story, Pete.
Sweet.
Are we? Oh, this is news, right? I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yep, we got 5 minutes.
See you guys a bit.
Okay.
See you in a bit. Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You can always call or text. The number is the same, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. The question tonight is, what would be your advice for the graduating class of 2026? Love to hear from you. We're getting some great answers on the text line and on the live stream and on Facebook, where you can always get in touch with us. You can also get in touch with us via the Civic Media app. Go ahead and download that wherever you get your apps, and you can listen to shows, get your news, and give us a call, send a text, all through the Civic Media app. As a reminder, everyone out there, Monday is Memorial Day. We are observing that day, so therefore we will not be in the house. We will be doing a best of episode. So Dom has put together a lovely collection of all of our best moments in Nite Lite 2.0. So we will still be on the air, but it will be pre-recorded and best of. So I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day to all those out there, not celebrating, but those out there who have vets that you have lost. Our hearts are out with you. So, we are currently talking about the game we are playing, which is Binge or Cringe, put together by Game Master Dom Lee. But before we went to break, Pete was going to give us a story on how he had a meltdown regarding backing up his car, and I cannot wait.
All right. First of all, I want to say I am a horrible backseat passenger driver. My wife drives very slow. I've learned to accept that. But here's, I like open spaces. I like parking where I can just leave. We were already arguing. This is about 3 years ago. We pulled into a grocery store parking lot to pick up some stuff because we had people coming over. It was probably a Memorial Day or Labor Day celebration, whatever. So we go to the store. They're about to close. There is one car in the lot, and my wife pulls in to the spot facing the car. And I almost lost my mind. You have the entire parking lot.
Okay.
To just pull forward. I look for a spot to pull forward anyway, so I could just pull out right away and go.
Mm-hmm.
Every spot in the lot is open except one. And she pulls into the spot and faces that car.
Now, really quick question.
Yeah.
Had you not been fighting,
it's still
like contentious.
No.
It still would have set you off.
Here's what I will say. She did. I gave her a look like, I probably look like Jackie Gleason looking at Art Carney. Like, are you serious with this? And she immediately realized what she did and started laughing. So that was kind of, it kind of saved our day because we were arguing, and it was one of those things where we just laughed, and she goes, this is kind of weird, right? I go, yes, look at this lot. You're parking. You're going to drive the other person, too, to go postal. Like, why would you park right there? I've mellowed.
What was that now?
I've mellowed. I've calmed down.
I'm good. I'm glad. That's good.
I got over it a week ago Tuesday. We're all good. All is good on the Schwaba front.
Mental note, never drive with Pete.
Just let Pete drive.
Or drive separately. There we go.
Take your own car. Honey, I'll meet you at the store.
All right, let's get back to the quiz. We are playing Binge or Cringe. The score, there's no score. I'm just kidding. There's no score in Binge or Cringe, but we are learning more about each other every single day. Dom?
I'm going to take it away here. All right,
yeah.
We're going to keep it going. I think we're just on 5 or 6. This question, Binge or Cringe, putting Christmas decorations up before Thanksgiving. Is that
Cringe.
Binge or Cringe?
Cringe, absolutely.
Cringe.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, cringe. Get out of my face.
Not a big fan. Wow.
Greg's going to throw down.
Might have struck nerves. All right. How about this one?
He's like mad at you, Dom. That question, Greg sounded mad at you.
That question, cringe.
All right.
All right. Destination weddings. Is that Binge or is that Cringe?
It depends.
Okay.
If the people who want you to come are like, hey, we're rich enough where we'll throw down, Binge. If someone says we're getting married in a blah blah blah, and you have to spend on tickets and hotel, Cringe. Because to me, you're not getting a present then. That's my present. Me being there. Period.
I totally agree, and I mean, unless it's like a brother or sister, I don't want to go to Nantucket to Then I can't even do stuff. I got to do all wedding stuff.
Yeah,
I can't even. Total cringe.
It's true. Agreed. Yeah. I agree. All right. Double dipping. Binge or Cringe?
When it comes to commissions or chips or what?
Chips. Double dipping chips at a party.
Cringe.
Even, yeah.
I'll say binge just because I know I do it. I don't do it a lot, and it's not like I lick the chip and go, I take it all.
Well,
Like,
are you just at home when you do it? Like you and your
yeah.
wife? That I would do.
Yeah, I never do it in public. Or let me rephrase. I can't say I never. But I would say I am trying to be cognizant of other people. So yeah. I would say cringe.
I would only do it if I'm sharing that bowl with someone I've swapped bodily fluids with. So my wife or a couple dudes from I would say cringe, absolutely. I would rather double dip on commission than eat out of never mind. Yeah, cringe. It's terrible.
You're trying to go for that layup right there. You're like, nope.
No, I know I would have blown it.
I think also for me it depends on the salsa. If it's a salsa or I don't know, I like to double dip on certain things. But
so good to know.
Maybe.
Wait, so do you feel like there are like certain exemptions then? Like
no, there isn't. Yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. But I just have salsa so much, and I double dip on that way too much.
Yeah, but in front of other people, Dom, like when your friends are around.
I admit sometimes I do. Yes,
all right.
I do.
Don't drive with Pete. Don't ever go to a party with Dom. All right, good to know.
You might as well just spit right in the salsa if that's what you're going to do, because that's kind of what you're doing, Dom.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Hey guys, how does my salsa taste?" Ugh.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's a graduation tip
It's
as well.
diluted. It's graduation.
All right, let's keep it going here.
All
we
right.
got road trips over 10 hours. Do you binge or do you cringe them?
I'm gonna go with cringe. I don't. I want to love a road trip. I love the, but I also hate sitting in a car for that long.
I'll put a caveat. It depends where you're going. If I'm going somewhere like exciting with people I like to be in the car with, binge. But I don't want to drive somewhere 10 hours like to
Nantucket,
Lima, Ohio, for no reason to go to the hardware store. Forget it.
What? Your
How late are you guys
caveats are
open?
very specific. It's like
you've been there.
How late are you open? Tomorrow. Yeah.
And you parked right in front of the car in front of us.
Make sure 2 spaces are open for me in front of the.
All right, we're gonna keep it going here. We got shoes in the house.
Oh,
binge or cringe?
Nice, Tom.
There's a lot of.
Let's say
back and forth here.
cringe. Like my house, like wearing shoes in my own house.
Yes,
cringe.
Cringe. Okay.
Here's what I'll say: if I try to take them off right when I come in the house from outside, but if they've been sitting in our mudroom like overnight, I'll put them on and walk around. I don't know if that is any less bad particles, but my wife wants us to be a shoeless house and put moccasins or slippers on or whatever, and I try to do that, but she's better at it than me.
Gotcha.
It depends. It just depends.
I just don't like the feeling of shoes on if I'm relaxed. Like I can't relax in my house if I'm wearing shoes.
If you have shoes on, yeah.
Yeah, I can't like sit there and be like, all right, let's watch a movie. I'm like, no, I can't do it with shoes on. I feel like I'm ready to go somewhere. I'm just waiting, but that's not the case. So yeah, cringe.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I like that. How about this one though? Riding lawnmowers. Binge or cringe?
Binge all day. I don't care if you have a square foot of land. I'll take a riding lawnmower anytime.
Really?
You save on gas that way too. I'll say binge because I had the typical, when I was younger, I had to cut the grass. We had a big yard, especially when we had a small yard in Chicago, a huge yard in Wisconsin, and it was brutal. And my dad still tells the story to this day, like my brother and I would divvy it up and our younger brother got a pass, but we would do like 2 lanes and they'd be curvy. And then we go in and watch baseball and come back up an hour later. Like we weren't exactly hungry lawn cutters because it was hot and it sucked.
Yeah.
So I go binge on the, give me a John Deere any day. Absolutely.
I agree. I used to be a landscaper too. So I had to do that, 20 times a day. And oh my gosh,
Nice,
it's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. We also have, let's try this one. Escape rooms. Do you binge or do you cringe escape rooms?
Cringe. No, thank you.
Cringe.
What is that? Is that like a panic room?
It's like a panic room, but you pay to be in to try to get out of.
Oh,
Yeah,
though,
you have to
like, okay.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never done
cringe.
one,
No.
so I'll say, I can't really say I have a desire to. I'll say cringe.
I don't want to pay money to fight with my friends. I can do that anytime for free.
Okay. I'd like to try one, but I'm not Jones
All
to
right.
try it or anything.
Maybe we go.
Greg and Pete and Dom, we're going to an
All right.
escape room. Put it on Civic Media's crowd card.
Let's go. When we do our show from Madison, when we're all there together, we'll
Exactly.
All right. Personalized license plates, binge or cringe?
I used to have one.
It depends.
Yeah. I'll say binge. Live your life. Do your thing.
Yeah.
I would say the same.
But I will say that I'll say cringe just to be different because a lot of them are pretty stupid and very overly vanitized, if you will, too narcissistic. So
okay,
all right. How about this one though? This one's gonna really throw you guys off. The show My Strange Addiction. Do you binge or do you cringe it?
Is that a reality show?
It is like a reality show. Yes.
Cringe.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. A reality show.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to. There's a guy up here in Marinette. This is a bumper sticker, but still, it's kind of reminded me with the license plate thing. He has a big pickup truck. He's got all the bells and whistles. It's like you'd think overcompensating, and he has a bumper sticker because he knows what his pickup truck looks like, and it says, "Yes, it's small."
I saw one like that once on a Prius that just said "Cool Prius," said no one.
Self-deprecation.
There you go. When you're aware, I love that. I love that very, very much. All right, we got time for just a few more.
I just got one more, guys. I just got one more, but this is the final kicker. Refrigerator water dispensers. Do you binge or do you cringe refrigerator water dispensers?
Binge, baby.
Binge?
Binge, baby.
Cringe.
I think so too. I'm gonna cringe
because and here's why. I like the convenience of them, and I typically like the water. It's like seems purified, but I've heard it's not. They're not like I've heard they can collect bacteria, and they have to be cleaned a lot. I don't think people clean them enough. So my wife opted not to get one when we bought a new fridge, and I didn't agree with her at the time, but she's probably right.
Well, now I feel gross.
Why don't you double dip a chip and then drink some water out of your fridge?
Sounds like another kind of party.
And that has been another wonderful game put together by the Game Master. That has been Binge or Cringe. We only have a few more moments. Dom, do you want to hit a couple more text messages before we get out of here?
I want to read one that just came in for Dom,
Yeah.
and I don't think Dom should read it, but it's from Nick from Marshall says, Dom, were you a landscaper for Jimmy John's?
No, I was not.
What do you want me to do for your lawn? Give me the turkey, Tom.
Yeah. Number
Purely
4,
residential.
please. No cheese.
Well, there's another one, too, just above that from John Murray in Madison. He says, Greg and Pete, have you guys explained to Dom how funny he is? He has been killing it for weeks and seems aloof to his cleverly accidental wit. Or, Dom, are you just clever and a master of deprecating humor? Love the rhetoric, y'all. No, we don't tell him how funny he is because we have to pay him more, and we're not going to do that. So, Dom, know your place.
If his clever aloofness is on purpose, he's a genius.
Exactly. And that's what makes people the funniest is when you never know you're being funny. Unlike me and Peter are trying so desperately hard to be funny.
It's ridiculous.
All right, folks. We got to get out of here for one more segment, and then we're going to come back with the Nightcap, where we read the last messages from you on our question for the night, and we talk about what we learned this evening. So don't go anywhere. You are listening to and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned and stay close.
Nightcap time.
Cap it up.
My mom just sent me a message. She's like, "We're at the club right now." I'm like, "That's great."
Was that country club?
No, the Tap. She's coming to the show tonight.
Oh, the club. Yeah. Okay. Dude,
I always got
next
nervous.
time, get yourself an extra 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I like this is my job, and I want to.
I know whenever my parents went to my soccer games, I was always like, "Oh, awesome!" But I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, I'm a little more nervous now because they're always looking at me, and I can make my parents proud."
I'm not nervous like my mom is going to be there. It's just like for me, it's like I want to get there because I know it's going to be basically like I walk in the door, they're like, "All right, showtime." I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
This is all my doing, by the way. I understand. I could have asked for time, like I could have said something, but it's just like this weird juxtaposition of like, asking to get off work a little early from here. If it was any other job where it wasn't on the air, I just feel like it's
Right.
You should go there and just do nightcap stuff. Or just do Nite Lite stuff.
So
Time
guys,
for the nightcap, folks. Hey,
I got a great game here called Binge or Cringe. Double dipping.
Who's in?
Who's in? I mean, I like it. You like it? Who likes it? Who likes it?
Isn't that funny, you guys?
I was driving with my wife, and we went to a store, and when she parked right in front of a car. This totally happened to me, folks. And
it's a great bit.
All right. So this time, I didn't do it the last time. I apologize. I got too into the thing. But when we get back, I will do the thing and throw right to you, Dom.
Okay.
And then Pete, and then we'll be good.
Okay. Sweet. All right, guys. Then we have about a minute 20 till we're live. Minute 20.
It's time to wind it down. Let's take a moment to look back and ask, what did we learn today? This is Nightcap with Greg and Pete.
Welcome back to Nite Lite here on the Civic Media Network. Always get in touch. Call or text. The number's the same, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We're currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. We are officially in the nightcap, my friends, which means we're going to talk about a few fun things like what did we learn. But first, let's go to the final thoughts on tonight's question of the evening, which is what is your advice to the graduating class of 2026? Dom, what do we have left on the text line?
We got a few. We got Melissa from Willie Street saying, "Hi boys, my advice would be to stay engaged with people who lift you up. Human connections are vital." Very true.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
True.
Nice.
We got Tony the trucker here saying, "Gents, I would tell grads that if they are not willing to put in the effort, they must be willing to accept failure. Gramps would say hard work won't kill you, but hardly working definitely will."
Dang. Dang.
True. Very
Dang.
true.
Did we get an answer back from Brett too? I think we did. Yeah.
And we got a couple from Tyler as well.
Yeah.
From Tyler. We got one from Brett from Brown Deer said, "I tell them, make sure this is what they want. Then when you go in, give it your everything, and believe it or not, volunteer for everything you can. If you give it your best, you will come out stronger."
And that was in response to my question to Brett, who is a veteran, about kids who are thinking about entering the service, especially in the landscape of 2026. So thank you so much, Brett, for that response.
Mm-hmm. And we have a couple more here. We got Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids says, "Never be funnier than the professional comedian because it hurts their feelings." Is that
true?
Is that true?
I hope that doesn't happen to you tonight, Greg.
Oh, they'll all be funnier than me. It's just the way it is.
Oh, we got Tyler from Columbia County says, "Our students walking out of our trade programs make more than I do in IT in the school." Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
We got a little bit more here. Let me look around. We got John Murray saying, "My daughter's 25, graduated from Whitewater, applied for 400 jobs, finally got a good one, makes a good wage at an engineering outfit in Madison. School loans looming. She can barely afford to live with the housing prices. My advice is always keep her chin up and stay focused. Things will get better. Feels like empty rhetoric. Where is this going for these kids?"
It's a great question.
Yeah, what are your other options? You got to keep your chin up and you got to stay positive. It's tough, though.
Yeah, which is very, very tough, too. So, yeah. Is that all on the text line?
I think that's all of them, yeah.
Here's another one from John. Cringy Peter Parker. I don't know what he's referring to, though. Do we talk about Peter
I think he means binge or cringe Peter Parker. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not positive, but yeah. I don't think Peter Parker's cringy. I think he's a good young man trying to help out.
He's a fine young man.
He's your friend. He's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I'd binge.
Correct.
There you go. Pete, what do we have?
A couple more on Facebook, a few more on Facebook here. I said earlier, Mike Preston said, don't take advice from people on Facebook. Comedian Vince Morano responded and said, hey, that's great advice. I'm glad you... Wait a minute.
Why I oughta...
Jim on Facebook says, my father used to tell me, always look out for number one and be careful not to step in number two. Love it. It's okay to be a little self-centered and not get your shoes messy. Scott Tom says, go back. And that's from Say Anything. Well done, Scott. Stacy Sue says, reach for the stars, see the world, get involved, and make connections with people. Love it, Stacy Sue. Thank you. Tim Joyce, learn all you can about U.S. politics, where U.S. politics stand. Honestly ask, do these people respect my needs and ethics? Then blanking vote. Joke answer, don't worry, debt forgiveness is just around the corner. Man, I hope he's right for my daughter's sake. Ian says, adopt flexibility. Well said, sir. Nice one. And then, and that's it on Facebook. Thanks, everybody.
Wonderful. And then one more message here on my Facebook page to the question of the night, which is, what advice would you give to the graduating class of 2026? Joe McClear says, that long-distance relationship is not going to work out, bruh. There you go.
Oh, we got Lil Irv, too, on the
that's
stream.
right. That's
he
right.
says, military, it's safer.
Okay.
I think he's joking, maybe?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I was not in the military. I got rejected from the Marines. That's a different story.
Are you serious? I did too.
Wow.
Nice.
He hung up on me.
I was too fat, so.
Well, that's another thing we got to get into. I did not like how I was treated. And I come from a family of Marine. It really irritated me.
Yeah. I was like, oh, can't you guys just make me in shape then? Which is a very presumptuous thing to say, but that's for another conversation.
You got a 12-week training program here?
Yeah. Make me lose some. That's why I'm doing this. I couldn't afford a GLP, so I'm going to the Marines. It's just like the slim fast of military, right?
Friends call me Ox.
Lighten up, Francis. All right, folks, we got to get on out of here. But really quick, Pete, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that, man, I missed the boat with mini golf and making it a profession. How fun.
Yeah.
If he actually makes money at that, Cash Money Carl, I'm sure he does some, but if that's how he makes his living, I bow to him. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's what you do with your future grads.
Tom, what about you?
Same thing, Cash Money Car. He told us to go to Swingtown in Germantown. And
Swing time,
yes. And it sounded like a great place. I really, I'm
it's very fun. I've been there.
Swingtown is a different experience.
Yeah. Take your keys. There'll be a big bowl. You don't have to do.
Bean snappers.
Oh, come on. What a Wisconsin reference. $90 for a soda.
I pass the billboard all the time. Never been there. Never been. They have the dill pickle. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Getting started.
I've learned that Pete Schwaba is very, very funny and that Dom Lee is very unintentionally funny. So
Pete's trying way too hard. Dom is barely putting out the effort, and he's funnier than both of us. So
that's fair. That's fair. All right, folks, do not forget, we will be with you on Monday in rebroadcast only. We will be taking Monday off in observance of Memorial Day, so you will get a fine best of episode curated by the one and only Dom Lee, our wonderful producer. So we'll be around then, but we'll see you or hear you or talk to you next Tuesday. Everyone have yourself a great weekend. On behalf of Pete, I want to say thank you to Dominic, to Tucker, engineering and traffic specifically, Mr. Chris Casper. Good luck to you, our friend. You are amazing. And we love you very, 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 very much. Everybody who called, texted, got in touch with us on the live stream, we appreciate you. Because of you, there is us. And yeah, we're going to get on out of here and have ourselves a fantastic, fantastic weekend. Pete, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, Wisconsin. Have a great weekend.
I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night